Welcome back to the Luxury group chat. On this week's episode, we discuss what's going on with Justin and Hailey. I never thought in my life that I would be saying these words, but Justin Bieber has given me the absolute A.
No, guys, I feel really sad for him.
I feel sad for Hailey. Next, Stassie Baby opens up. She has just started a new podcast and has revealed all of the work that she has got done.
Yeah. Stassie did a massive apology to any girls that she has influenced because she regrets it so much.
And finally, this is all the telly that we are binging right now.
I'm blushing because it's so scandalous.
Virgin Island.
Virgin Island. It is really weird. I don't know if they have sex because I haven't got to that, but they're thumping and womping.
It's a good one. Enjoy. Hi everyone. Welcome back to the Luxury group chat. I'm Sapna and I'm joined by Sarup and Lola.
Hi,
ladies. Ladies. How are we?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thanks. It's a horrible day today, to be honest with you.
Outside, Sapna's wearing mules.
I'm wearing
fishnet shoes.
mules and striped
and a
bananas
suede
in pajamas
jacket.
and a sweat. It's all going wrong for me
We're
because
dressing very differently.
the trousers are wet, the jacket is wet, the hair is frizzy.
Not the suede.
The suede isn't having fun. But speaking of, let's actually, before we get into anything else, go through our outfits. So, kick us off. What are you wearing?
I am wearing actually the complete opposite of Sarup. I've got fluffy red socks on from
Love that.
Anthropology. My Doc Martens, live,
them.
breathe, dye them.
Love.
Reformation brown trousers. This, which doesn't look very good sat down, but it's like a fitted denim.
Cinched blazer.
Yeah, denim blazer from
So cool.
That
Ganni.
has been getting so much love in the office. You look great.
It looks really
Thank
good.
you. And Axelegro little white tee.
So
Love
cute.
I am wearing a short-sleeved denim boxy jacket, white, from ASOS last year. My trousers are actually, can you call it thrifted? I don't know. I went to that Selfridges,
The car boot sale.
charity sale, and I got these Frankie Shop pleated trousers for £60.
Wow.
good.
I was really proud
So
of myself.
good.
Like, I feel like it's a good thing to invest in.
That's one of my big regrets is not going to that because I saw so many people who went and I was like,
Yeah.
why did I not
But
go
you know
to
what?
that?
You did have to search. It
Really?
was like
But that's
TK
the
Maxx
fun
on
of it.
steroids.
Is
Yeah.
it? I'm such a giver-upper. I'm like,
Are
if
you?
it's not immediately there, I don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
just 'cause
kinda
I'm
get- I
lazy.
also think you have to be in the right mindset. My dad was like
Yeah.
the biggest TK Maxx fan, so I feel like I was brought
I
up
do
on
love
it.
I
Like,
do love a TK Maxx
you know what I
little.
mean? And my shoes are dupes of the row ones. I feel like I
So
have to tell people
good.
that. £25 from River Island.
Wow, are they comfortable?
They are, honestly, they're comfortable.
They're
And I
not
was
giving
saying-
you blisters.
No, and you know what Vanessa was like? She was like, well, do you know what? You can go straight to the beach.
But don't you think you'll get a weird tan line?
Yeah, if I were to wear them in the sun, I mean, luckily it's Clapham in the middle of May, so it's pissing it down. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing like the worst outfit for this weather, to be honest. A suede jacket from Source Unknown and a stripy set from Life of Ease, which honestly is like my when I don't know what to wear, I will wear this.
Yeah,
so
that's
nice.
a great statement.
And my mules from Zara. But we were just talking off camera about all the things we've been up to recently. You're off to Ibiza soon.
I am. Guys, I've never been to Ibiza.
Have you not? I've not either, actually.
No.
Yeah, it's just like something that has never been. Like
You're
kind
going
of like.
to Ibiza or
Yeah,
I'm going to Ibiza, which is why I'm like, whoa. And then, guys, I don't know why I'm acting like I'm 21, right? And then next weekend, I'm going to Marbella for my best mate's hen.
Wow.
That is going to be mobs, not Marbella.
Mobs.
The girl who is getting married, she's one of my close friends, but she's Spanish. Guys, the group chat is all in Spanish, and my Google Translate has been working so hard, I can still barely understand it. All I can say at the minute is "si muy bien," and that's all I say.
Okay.
You just have to learn how to like order a drink.
Yeah, true.
So what's your go-to drink?
Oh, Mogs.
So
Mogs and mobs.
uno.
You say I
una
want.
margarita, por favor.
Yeah,
You say
true.
quiero una margarita.
No, that says I want.
Yeah, you say I want
But
instead
surely
of
you want
can
to
I
be
have.
Rude.
No, that's what the trick
Think they
is.
understand French? Because I remember je voudrais.
I don't think they know Chavoudre in Spain.
That's how I was going to say it. It's like je voudrais
Je
a margarita.
It's like that TikTok sound. Bonjour, do you speak
English. I love
That
that.
is so iconic. Are you off anywhere?
Well, we've been living it up.
We have
I was
in
gonna
London
say,
at the
guys.
O2. We've been there a lot.
So who did you see most recently? Come on.
We saw Tyler the Creator.
Which was
Insane.
I think I exploded the whole
Me
night.
too. Yeah, Lola was having a great time. She actually crashed my date night, but it was fine because she brought her boyfriend, so it was fine. And Steph was there as well, so it
we
was
had
just...
both of our boyfriends and stuff.
Do you want to know one of my favourite things? So Sap is very like, you're very curated on your Instagram. If she goes to a concert, it's like Snapchat from 2012. I've noticed this
It's
with
true.
everything.
You know what? It's true.
Next one, I'm like, oh, what? No, it is that concept. Like, don't go. Just watch her story.
Honestly, if you can't make it, just stay tuned to my stories. It's fine. But I actually, having said that, I actually really want to get Snapchat again. Do you guys have it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think it's coming back.
I think
having
it's
a big
been
moment.
around.
I know it's
But
been around.
I didn't use it for ages until like when I got to uni, second year, I think everyone just like stopped. And all
Yeah,
of a
that was the
sudden,
same for me.
like,
It was like second year uni and
yeah.
everyone just didn't use it anymore.
I use Snapchat literally for all my group chats. Like, I wouldn't be able to talk to my friends if I didn't have it.
But it's like the jump scare of the memories on there.
all the time.
Yeah, it's
They're
like
so
me in
bad.
2016, like with the dog filter on, like.
Oh my god.
What a moment in time that
Seriously,
was.
with your like school uniform on.
I remember.
Yeah.
You remember how popular Snapchat filters used to be?
Yeah.
You used to have to pay at one
Yes.
point to
What?
use the. Remember the rainbow filter where you go like this?
And it used to get
Oh, yeah. You had to
But
pay for that.
People used to get filters curated for events like baby showers and weddings.
Yeah.
People
That's
would
true.
get
The
filters.
tags, like the
Yeah.
little thing that
Be
pops
like
up.
Millie 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weddings would have it, and you turn up somewhere to see if there was like any in your local
That was
area.
actually such a flex when people did that. I love
time.
that.
That was a good time to
But yeah, we went to Tyler the Creator. It was amazing.
The
We
best
also
night
went
of
to
my
Tate McRae, which was equally amazing. They were all with a very different vibes, very different
We
crowds.
went on the Tuesday and
And
the
then the
Thursday, and we saw very different crowds.
Fair.
At Tyler, there was a mix. There was like guys, like maybe 20-year-old guys. There was also like 12-year-old guys. A couple girls. There were a few like basically in the thing next to us. There were like 3 or 4 teenage girls, and then just a row of like corporate dads just sat behind them, just watching
I
them.
love that. That's actually
Which was so
They
cute.
did not get it, those dads.
Wait, Lola.
Oh yeah, the rows next to us, Lola Young was sat next to
my
us
God, no way.
while Tyler was like singing
The song
Like
that they had
Him.
together.
Oh
So
my
basically,
God.
if people who don't know, Tyler the Creator has a song called "Like Him" with Lola Young.
I
which
didn't
is
know
one of her like
this.
biggest breakthroughs. So
Yeah.
she sings
didn't
the,
know
"Do I
that.
look like him?"
No, because I did not know that they
yeah,
had
so
a...
they've never performed together.
Wow, okay,
And I
wow.
thought, oh,
Yeah, well, we spotted her and we were like, well, surely she's going to go on stage. And then she just never left.
Yeah,
we were
she
like,
did.
oh, okay.
She's
Yeah.
just there for vibes.
Yeah.
she was there. I filmed a clip of her like fully like singing her
Oh,
heart out.
Insert
And I
it.
was like,
For the
yeah,
video
amazing.
version, which for those of you who don't know, this is a podcast, so we film everything. For the video version, you'll see the pop-up.
yeah.
But before we move on, here's a reminder to please subscribe. We're a vodcast, so you can watch us and see bonus content like our outfits, which we'll be speaking through. But if you want to actually see them and what we're wearing, make sure you switch to vodcast or go onto YouTube and see the full video podcast. But anyway, let's move on to the hot list. We've got to talk about Biebs. I
my
never
God.
thought in my life that I would be saying these words, but Justin Bieber has given me the absolute ick.
I think he's crashing out.
No, guys, I feel really sad for him.
I feel sad for Hailey. There is definitely more going on there, but I don't know how many times this man has to disrespect Hailey Bieber.
Yeah,
I
to
do,
be
publicly.
I do, I think
It's
it
not
is
an
really
excuse to be
sad.
dancing with sister like
Oh
that.
my god. Well, let's give them some context. So, guys, if you haven't seen, basically, Hailey Bieber was on the cover of Vogue this past
American
month.
Vogue.
American Vogue.
Yeah.
This past month. And rather than doing like a lovely congratulatory like post,
Thanks, well done to my
Yeah,
work, blah, 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 nothing like
he
that.
basically went on a bit of a rant on Instagram, and this kind of really weird rambling about how like I told Hailey should never be on the cover of it. It was really giving like Kanye energy.
Yeah,
Like it was
yes.
very like
Very
undermining.
backhanded.
It was very
Yeah.
backhanded, and he didn't like recover it by being like, and now she is, and I'm so proud. Like it was very.
You're right, there was no recovery.
There was
It
no
just got
recovery.
Worse and worse.
He changed
Did
the
he?
caption.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did he?
A couple of hours later, he changed the caption to just emojis.
Oh my god.
Right.
You know, she was coming home just being like,
Wow.
what the fuck have you done?
And then the second part we were talking about was at the SZA concert. Justin Bieber was the surprise guest, and it was amazing, and they sung Snooze together. But then he was also just quite like touchy with her. But they are
But
friends.
I was going to say, and also in the video, it's really intense.
Yeah.
And equally, if I was on a stage with SZA, I would act the same.
Not with my wife being like one
I
of the
don't
most
know.
famous
I don't know if
people
you
in
can
the world.
control yourself when you're that close to SZA.
But on the other side of this, I then see Hailey's point of view watching the concert, and she looks happy as Larry.
Yeah.
So maybe she doesn't
Because
care.
it's for them, they are
performance.
exactly.
Yeah.
They're performers at the end of the day.
I have seen loads of people basically take what Justin did to make it a TikTok trend. So they go and ask their boyfriends, like really casually, like, do you think I could ever be on the cover of Vogue? And they all go like, yeah, of course. And then somebody went like, oh, Hailey isn't apparently meant to be on it. And they were like, no, Justin said that.
Oh
so
my God.
I think you should test your boyfriends tonight.
But this
That's
is
a
my
good
thing,
shout.
and I saw someone else say this, right? Like, obviously, if one of us was like, do you think I'll be on the cover of it? Like, obviously, our boyfriend's gonna be like, oh, yeah, probably not.
Yeah,
She
zero
is
likely.
literally, that is her life.
Yeah.
She is a like
She's also
supermodel. Of
been
course,
on
she'll
it.
probably be on Vogue, and he's still there saying you're never gonna be on Vogue.
Yeah.
That's what would have cut deep. But I just think Justin also just uses Instagram in like a weird way. Like I saw in his story the other day when I was just trapping through him being like, Hailey, come into the into the dining room. I've got something to show you.
He uses it like Snapchat.
Yeah, but it's like,
That's how he
babe,
uses
you've
it.
got like millions of followers. It's not
Yeah.
just Hailey seeing
I
this.
love that.
Okay, so this was actually, to be fair, something that we were a bit like, do we talk about this? Because does it come across bitchy? But actually, we fully want to hype her up and say
Yeah.
that it looks amazing. But Kris Jenner
Yeah.
is looking so good at the moment. And she's had some work done to her face. But she has aged backwards 20 years.
How did the
genuinely.
Kardashians find these
I
surgeons?
mean, they've got insane
I was thinking she
surgeons.
has given that surgeon like so much credibility
Yeah.
now. Like everyone's going to be lining up outside this door.
her face is like glowing and plump.
It's a work of art.
Yeah.
She
I mean,
looks more like Kim and Courtney now. I
Yes, she
think.
does.
Everyone's
And
saying
with the
that.
short, like she had a little bob
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on.
yeah.
But you know what? She's looked good the last few years. And
That's
when
my
I
thing,
thought she
yeah.
already looked good. And then I saw a
Same.
side-by-side comparison and I was like, whoa, they've really like...
But that's the thing, and I think she looked really good. And I mean, like obviously everybody do whatever makes you happy and stuff. I just don't think there's anything wrong with aging.
No.
Like
I agree.
we're supposed
agree.
to, and I think the constant thing that you're supposed to look like you're 25 and
Yeah.
you're 70 is a bit outrageous to
Yeah.
me.
I kind of think though for her, she's not necessarily as influential like feature wise as someone
Yeah.
like Kim is, who has already got all of this surgery. So I'm kind of like for her, like she's been in the media for all of her life.
yeah.
She's going to be scrutinized whether she does it or she doesn't. Like she's going to be told she looks old. She's going to be told she looks like great, like or too much work. So why not try it out?
Yeah.
True, yeah.
Lift
But
those
also, apparently the
eyebrows.
surgery was quite invasive. They like cut. Somebody tried to deconstruct it on TikTok. So I don't know
all
if
of
it's
those
true.
plastic surgeries.
But
Yeah.
yeah, apparently you got literally cut and stuff. Apparently it's
my
quite invasive.
Well, but she went from here to
Amen.
But it's like what you said, like whatever you want to make yourself feel good. I feel like as long as people are doing it for themselves and not to like keep up with some kind of standard of like society, then whatever makes you happy.
On the flip side, you know Grace
Gannon.
Grace Gannon, she has like she looks beautiful and like I just think she's
Embraces,
aged
yeah.
so elegantly and I just think
Yeah.
that's I don't know.
Same as like
yeah.
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
But then I
love
also
her.
think like I think of myself when I'm like maybe that old and you might be the other end of the spectrum of like you don't want to show your wrinkles and you feel more comfortable having some work done and if
Yeah.
you've got the like funds
Means
to
to
do
do
it,
it, do it.
go for it, whatever
Yeah.
makes you feel good.
Yeah.
In the same way that, oh my god, Stassie Baby, also known as Anastasia, what's her last name? I can't say her last
Oh, no,
name.
that's the
Kosolov
YouTuber.
or something? No.
No, she's got like a really long Greek name. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous, but everyone knows her as Stassie Baby, which is obviously Kylie Jenner's best friend. She has just started a new podcast and has revealed all of the work that she has got done, which
BBL
I think is
baddie.
also which
But I feel like we all knew that, no?
we
We
did.
all knew, but we didn't like hear it.
We didn't hear it. No one. This is the thing I think with the Kardashians. I'm a big fan, but they are a little bit more like keep it to themselves. What
Yeah,
they do.
for sure.
Which I think it's interesting to hear from someone so close to them everything she's had done. When then people obviously are comparing her and
That's what
Kylie,
I
who've
was
got very
thinking.
similar
Yeah.
things done.
So surely Kylie's going to be completely atted that she has the exact same BBL
Yeah.
as Stassie. I mean, they made like their whole Instagram accounts in 1 year. Do you remember they were just a duo of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
baddie BBL
Yeah.
pics?
Yeah.
And everyone would be like, wow.
It's like thirst traps every other day.
I'm in two minds. It's one thing of like if you've got something done, you don't owe it to anyone to tell
No, you
them.
don't.
But at the same time, when you're in that position and you're coming across as like I'm perfect, I've got the perfect nose, I've got the perfect waist. Like don't mislead people that this is
Yeah.
something
No,
that you've
'cause,
done
yeah.
without help.
Because
Yeah.
it feels a bit fraudulent. then.
Exactly.
And,
So there's like a real balance there.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, she
Totally.
did do, Stassie did a massive apology to any girls that she has influenced because she regrets it so much.
Oh, really?
That she's like, listen, I don't owe you an apology, but I know this is likely to have happened from being
Yeah.
in the eye. Like, I'm sorry that if I have, but
That's quite mature though.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And she's trying to
But
reverse it.
Do you remember that whole? There was an entire episode on Kardashians of when Kylie basically got so much backlash for her lip fillers because
Yeah,
she kept
yeah,
saying
yeah.
that she didn't have filler, and it's like things like that. How hard is that to admit?
But then also, I think when that was happening, she was quite young and she got it done quite young.
Yeah, she was like 16
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
I think obviously there's so much to unpack there, but I do also think like if you put yourself in the shoes of like maybe an 18-year-old girl who's gotten stuff done because she feels really insecure.
Yeah, it's
and then has the whole world being like, tell us what you've had done.
Yeah, well, Kylie's even said, like, on the Kardashians, she's like, I don't want Stormi to do anything that I did. Like, e.g. hinting, that girl's got to be BL.
Speaking of Hollywood, Hurry Up Tomorrow is The Weeknd's new movie. He did a series with Lily Rose Depp last year, which got a lot of attention. I actually... While I was watching it, I really liked it. And then I reflected on it. I was like, that was shit. And also it was really weird. But this is his next directorial and also acting debut.
He's
for
anywhere
Hurry Up
but
Tomorrow.
the studio.
I know, guys. But he has also put out an album with it. The soundtrack is amazing. Like, I've listened to a couple of the songs. It's really, really good. The movie itself has gotten mixed reviews. Just for context, Barry Keoghan is in it, and so is Jenna Ortega. So that's the kind of main trio. And it basically, the storyline is of a man who is already in the public eye, singer. He loses his voice, and it's basically he meets someone who helps him through that. But it's also like, again, similar to The Idol, is like the dark side of the industry.
It's meant to be his time in the industry.
Yeah,
but he was saying
the Weeknd's.
I watched an interview of him talking about it, and he's like, obviously it's super dramatized because he did lose his voice as well on stage.
Yeah.
Really?
But this is like, he's like, but this is not like, this isn't like, I think he's trying to make clear that this is very different to what happened to him, and it's super dramatized, and it's like a, you know.
I read that Jenna Ortega basically plays his feminine alter ego.
Interesting.
So she plays someone called Anima, which is not actually a real character. It's like basically his
like
feminine rage. So everything that he wants to do. So you can see it in the trailer that it starts off that she's lighting a house on fire, which is meant to be his like inner self.
Interesting. And there's like a scene that's, I keep seeing on TikTok of him being tied up and her like dancing around and like singing one of his songs. And like, to be fair, is that a spoiler, Lola?
No, but I did see a comment saying like this whole movie is just Jenna Ortega singing the Weeknd song
basically
and
Doing
dancing.
karaoke.
Yeah.
The one that I saw was the one we were chatting off air earlier, when he's like, shut up, just shut up, shut the fuck up. But like, I've always said The Weeknd, his songs used to always be quite dark, and his voice used to sound different.
Yeah.
He's got such a normal voice.
He's got,
like,
he's
when
from
he can
Toronto.
talk.
He's got like a really Canadian, like quite light.
Toronto, he's got a Toronto accent.
Yeah, it's very like light and airy, but his music is not really like that.
dark.
No, it's a lot darker.
And yeah, that scene is hilarious.
Shut up. Just shut up.
I know. Also, Daisy and I were talking about this the other day, but there was this article basically about how if you want to attract Gen Z, you should stop using models their own age, which I would love to hear your opinion on this. Because I guess the whole idea is that like you want something to aspire to. And so there's been so many campaigns using like, you know, older people, for example, the like Maggie Smiths and whatever in like Burberry and in Loewe with Daniel Craig and all this stuff. And that's like really cool. And you look at that and you're like, oh, that's really sick. But I think a lot of brands are using Gen Z ambassadors and thinking that's how we target Gen Z, is to use people that look like them. But actually, is that not very aspirational?
Yeah.
Because you want to, like Gen Z or like younger people want to like seem older. Like Gen Z's these days, and even younger people than us, like
Dress older.
my goodness.
A 14-year-old is not how I looked at 14.
So actually, should you be going a bit older for that like aspirational?
But I think it's that same idea of like, I think vintage is always a thing. Like when we're seeing, I think, iconic people from way back when, we've got a memory associated with
nostalgia.
that. Exactly.
Yeah.
I
think it's
understand that,
vintage.
but this is different because this is taking an older generation completely dressed in Gen Z clothing.
That's true, yeah.
It's kind of like the reverse of, you know, a lot of Gen Z influencers like Ruben and Thomas Meeker are very known for dressing like quite an older style, which I quite like to see, but I don't think it works the other way around when you're putting an older generation in Gen Z clothing.
Yeah.
It's a good way to make an outfit stand out, look different, but I don't relate. Like, I'm not visioning my body in something like someone that's a lot older.
I think it depends on what you're trying to market. However, I think if you saw, like you said, prime example, if you saw like Olivia Colman in like a really cool, I'm trying to think of like a really cool
was
brand
that
we all
Burberry ad that
associate.
she did, right?
Yeah, and it's like, but if you were to see them in like those kinds of clothes, I do think there is a bit of a wow factor.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
it's like you almost feel a bit seen. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my god, like that's so like. It is almost just the cool element, I think.
Yeah.
It's a good marketing ad, but is it a good selling ad?
That's
Yeah, I
true.
don't know
There's
about
two
selling,
different. It's like
yeah.
a brand thing. Because also, I feel maybe we're just bored of it. Like like Gen Z, we see Gen Z on TikTok every day. All
Yeah,
the
it's
videos
true.
we're interacting with are just the same people. So to see those people also on the like designer ads. Maybe it just feels like a lot. I actually feel that when there's a lot of people I follow and really love, but if I was to see one of them in like a Jacquemus ad or like a Loewe ad, I'd be like, that's cool for them. But also, I think like go for something a bit different.
I agree.
I think now, because everything's so accessible, you have to do something different, like something creative that's not been done before.
Yeah.
It is a good way to stand out.
Yeah. Another thing on TikTok at the moment is obviously the propaganda we're no longer falling for. So what's yours?
Running half marathons, running marathons, avocados.
Stop right there. Avocados is so not funny.
Yeah,
I don't fuck with avocados. The texture. Oh, I don't like the texture of avocados.
You can have it smashed. You can have it
don't
hard.
like it. Don't love it. I don't really like guac.
Lola, what's yours?
I think I'm not falling for run clubs.
Oh yeah, same. We're like the lazy ones, that's why.
I just think it's like not everybody can run. Not everybody should be promoted that they can run.
Agree.
Like people make marathons look easy now.
Agreed. That is.
We spoke
it's
about
called
this.
gimmick. Like it's actually.
It is. We need to not be
outrageous.
pretending that they're easy.
Yeah, that's probably my main one.
Fair.
And sometimes clean girl aesthetic, I'm gonna say.
No, I'm on that page too, to be honest. I feel like we spoke about this kind of when we were talking about Brat Summer. It just felt like an unrealistic thing of like, not everyone's just like super perfect.
But I also think in the sense that Brat Summer is there, I don't really fall for that either.
No.
I don't believe that one person can be completely one or another.
Yeah,
I just
totally.
think like, where the hell are the normal people?
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle. No, I
that.
feel like it's the same with style though. I've always said that like I find it really hard to define my style. I think that's some more of a thing as well with like younger people. It's like trying not to like fit into molds.
Yeah.
So that's some propaganda I'm not following. We don't need to put ourselves in boxes.
Yeah,
Love
it's
that.
true.
Before we move on, here is another reminder to please subscribe to us wherever you listen to your podcasts. Okay, let's move on to the things we're loving. I've actually got a new product, which you actually put me on because you use it
Ooh.
already.
Oh my God,
Wait,
it's
I've
the
got
one
it
I
with
told you
me.
about.
Hang on. This is the Beauty of Josie and Relief Sun SPF 50. This stuff is so good. Have you tried it, Lola?
No,
You
but
need
I've
to.
seen it viral on TikTok.
That's how I found it as well. It was on TikTok. I saw it everywhere. And I feel like anything Korean skin, I just trust instantly. But the whole brand, do you know much about the brand?
I don't actually know.
So it's a Korean brand. It has like, I think what first went viral was one of their toners, and they have this like
The rice
cleanser.
milk one.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God,
so
guys,
it's
it's
all
so
of those
good.
like really amazing botanical like Korean ingredients. It's
natural,
very
yeah.
natural. It's very gentle. I've got such sensitive skin. I actually really struggle to find SPFs that work for me.
And ones that don't have white cast. 'Cause
Yes.
that, I pack it, I take
Yeah.
it everywhere with me. Like you can
It's so
honestly put
nice.
it on and not have to look because it's just a normal cream.
But yeah, this, and then I've got also it's like exfoliating cleanser thing from them as well, which is really nice.
Oh, the one that's the that it comes in the tub and it's like
Yeah.
melted. Oh my God, it's brilliant.
Really nice.
So
And then the
nice.
toner. I feel like that's what Korean skincare does really well is the toners. They're really light, they're really refreshing and like brightening. So yeah, I've just been loving this brand at the moment.
good.
What SPF is it?
This is
50.
SPF 50.
This is
and
what
also,
you should be wearing, Lola.
honestly, I speak to people constantly and they're just like, oh no, but it's not sunny. I'm like, you have to wear SPF every day.
I am she.
Yeah, your audience is
That is
right
me.
there.
You have
I just
to.
sometimes forget. I'm the realistic one
tell
here. I'm
you
sorry.
off all
I
the
know
time.
a lot of
But
people
this
that
is
forget.
honestly so easy to
Yeah.
incorporate into your everyday skincare routine. Like
Okay.
it's just a cream. Honestly,
know.
it's
So good.
not.
And it's like
doesn't come in thick or
hydrating
anything.
because it's got the rice and probiotics. I feel like that's what makes it feel like more of a moisturizer when
Yeah.
you put it on.
That's
so it's
nice. I don't like it when it's like you look like you've just done
Gonna
sports
solve-
day at
Oh, yeah,
school.
no.
No, but do you remember like as a kid you'd have to put on like body lotion
Oh
SPF
my gosh,
on your
yeah.
face and it would either be like the bright blue waterproof one or the really thick
just
one. and you'd
sting
be
your
different colour.
eyes
Yeah.
like all
Guys,
days.
Your
Gone
eyes are, like,
other
dim.
days. We've got this stuff now.
Yeah, I want to try that.
Yeah, you can try mine.
Thank you.
But anyway, what else are you guys loving? I've been watching a lot of TV this weekend, this bank whole weekend.
Oh my God, me too. The last season finale just came out.
Okay, well, I
This
watched season 1. I've not watched season 2. I don't think I will. So if you want to spoil anything, go for it.
Okay, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Season 2 is a lot less Pedro Pascal. Sad. It's really sad. Already downhill. I'm
I
missing
mean, if
Pedro
you wanted
Pascal.
to know the entire storyline,
I'm
like,
here.
here you go.
But basically, somebody gets shot at, Ellie or Abby, which are the two main characters who are having this fight. Get to the end of season 2, and I'm just ready for it. It's big, like, lead up. They're, like, in the middle of about to kill each other, and then it just stops. And I feel
hate
like
that.
the whole season was just leading up to going to find
hate
her.
that.
They were, like, trying to find her. They
worst.
finally found her in the last minute.
Do you remember
Ends.
in English when you'd have to write a creative story and they'd be like, whatever you do not use the end line as it was all a dream. Yeah. Do you remember you were never allowed to do that?
And then I
literally
woke
what
up.
they've done.
That's
Yeah.
the worst.
No,
Honestly,
that's
it
wild.
did feel like that. It was like, and then I woke up and the season ended.
And that was
I
it.
really hate that. I'm sorry, but when you like put in so much, these episodes are like hour-long
Yeah.
episodes just for the end to be such bullshit.
Yeah.
that is
Or for
rubbish.
nothing to happen. Also, are they going to do another season?
gonna
So
ask,
season 3 is coming out in
Okay.
2027.
It's ridiculous.
But also for a lot
That's
of people,
2 years. That's not next year. The year after.
Exactly.
Jesus.
a lot of people already know the ending because they've played the video game,
Fine, yeah.
which is
I
very
did not know it was a video game.
yeah, it's based on a video
Wow,
game and
okay,
it
okay.
basically follows it directly.
Okay,
So everyone
fine.
else knows. Season 3 is coming out and it better give me all my answers because
Okay.
it just the whole thing led to the end and then it stopped. And I know that's going to really wind up some people, but
Yeah, that is a bit.
it was trash. Another thing that's I just watched on YouTube is UK versus US school swap.
Oh.
So Mina in Arkansas, Arkansas, they did a school swap with a school in
Bradford.
West Norwood.
In
In South London.
Bradford.
And it is so interesting. They completely swap lives for 3 weeks. They
Wow.
swap
Okay.
families, and it's very much so. Arkansas is like a completely white town. Like it's very conservative, and
It's very
this school in
southern
South London is very diverse. So it's basically teaching like them completely different things, but it's so interesting.
Did you ever used to watch Wife Swap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that. They are such good programs because it is like ridiculous how much we don't know about how
Yeah,
like
yeah,
other
yeah.
people live. It's so interesting.
What are you watching?
I watched I've watched one full series this weekend called Good American Family.
Yes.
Have you watched
What is
it?
this on?
I've
Or started it?
seen it. Yeah.
Okay, so
it
this is on Disney Plus,
Okay.
Yeah.
and it's about a family who adopt a child, but things aren't really as they seem with the child, and it shows both sides of what happened. And basically, you like kind of watch it, and you think one thing is true for like the whole time, and then things change. So watch it. It's really, really good. It's filmed really well. It's got Ellen Pompeo, who's Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy. She's the main
Oh,
character.
yes, yes.
She's amazing. But yeah, I really recommend it. It's quite creepy for like the first half, and the second half is quite sad, but it's
Anyone
really
that
good.
likes kind of crude,
That kind of
Yeah.
vibe. Yeah.
true crime.
True crime. But it's based on a true story, which is crazy. So like after
Yeah.
you watch it, then like Google everything and you'll be like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
It's mad.
Another one that I've just started yesterday, but I'm like already hooked. It's called Paradise. Have you guys heard of this?
No.
I think it's also on Disney Plus actually. Well, you don't know this until the end of the episode, but it's not really a spoiler. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world, but like I said, you don't know that until the end of the episode because everything seems like completely normal. These people are basically living in this like underground dome.
Okay.
After like a huge like extinction level event has happened in the real world.
Okay.
But what it sets off as is it follows the security of the President of the United States who has just been murdered. And you think it's a whodunit, but so much more is going on. And
Oh,
it
yes.
skips back and forth of like times before everything
Yeah.
has
It's,
like,
happened.
crazy.
It's
Okay.
filmed really like
It's filmed really well.
interestingly.
Yeah, it's really good. The actors are really good, and the storyline, like I said, it's just not what it seems. I started and I was like, oh, okay, well, who killed the president? Then it's probably that guy. Like you
Yeah.
think it's that, and then a lot more happens, and you realize it's not as simple as it is. But it's not that. It's
What
really
was
good.
it called again?
Paradise.
Okay,
Yeah.
Paradise. What is it on?
Disney.
But mine are always so light-hearted. Like mine is one that actually like wasn't that highly rated amongst the like brown community, but anyone can watch this. It's called The Royals. It's on Netflix, and obviously you can watch it dubbed or you can watch it in Hindi with subtitles. And it's a rom-com, but it's supposed to be like this woman is a strong CEO and she's basically trying to be a serious businesswoman, and she's not being taken seriously as a woman. And she's got an idea. I won't tell you what it is, but it includes an element of royalty. And then the guy that obviously is running the palace, she's interested in, but it's quite like a long, complicated story. And a lot of people are like, this is just so stereotypical. It's so like lame and it's so cringy. And I mean, it is all those things, but I loved it. Like it
Really?
was such a good, like, easy kind of cringy watch, but I was very invested. It gets very steamy in parts, so I mean, kept my interest. I was
Sometimes
like, wow,
it's quite nice to
Yeah.
have that. They're like a bit more lighthearted. And
Yeah.
it's a good watch for like an easy, easy 8 episodes.
love that.
Yeah, go for it.
Have you guys seen? I know because this is the same thing you're going to say.
because it's so scandalous.
Virgin Island.
Virgin Island.
I haven't watched it yet, but I keep seeing.
haven't watched it.
have.
Have you?
Yeah.
I keep seeing clips on TikTok. I keep seeing the trailer pop up. I'm
My
going to
God,
start
is
it
good?
tonight.
I didn't know where
Okay. It is really weird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it is.
Yeah, fair.
It's like a group of virgins go to like this really nice retreat where they basically learn all these sex therapies. And it's not just like all completely like to have sex. It's very much to understand like touch, like to be comfortable next. And I understand that part. But my God, some of the stuff they do.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, there's just one clip in the opening scene, which I haven't seen yet.
Is it the
I'm
guy?
on episode 3. But there's this woman showing, like, a woman's, like, vagine.
Yeah. I
Vagina.
really wanted to know what she
Yeah, I
was
know,
gonna
what were you
There
gonna
was so
say?
many choices.
And it's just, like, the therapist. So they basically, like, do it all themselves. They're, like, teaching them in the day, and then they
The
go...
therapist
and
is
this what
teaching them on themselves.
They teach them on themselves, and they also make out with them. They touch them.
Wait,
They're,
the
like,
therapist too.
the therapist.
Oh my
This feels
God, that
wrong.
is so
The people
weird.
running the show.
That's
I don't know if they
that-
have sex because I haven't got to that, but they're thumping and womping.
That is wildly outrageous.
The weird part is because these people like they're learning how to like love kind of themselves
Yeah.
and love like other people a bit more naturally.
Yeah.
They obviously form these connections with these sex therapists who don't give it back because this is their job. And I think
Yeah.
that's a bit unfair. There's no
is
pressure
wild.
either. Like, you don't need to go to an island and go on Channel 4.
I was
Yeah.
about to say,
and-
surely if you're a virgin, your idea of like, you know, opening up about intimacy isn't going on an island with a bunch of
Yeah.
other
and showing the entire nation.
yeah.
It's the same as like on Married at First Sight. They had someone on there who was a virgin, but the whole time, like the entire storyline was about how they were a virgin. Not that it's like something you should be ashamed of, but it's more that like your only thing they're going to speak about is
Yeah.
That.
they like the
There's so
narrator
much
kept being
more
like
to you.
Virgin Larry. And I was like, what the fuck? You don't have to
But
call him
actually,
that.
like Virgin Island does have a few like quite nice stories. Like some
That
of the
is sweet.
people have been bullied their whole life, and they're just trying to understand like a deeper part to themselves
Yeah.
and why
That's
they
really
can't
nice.
connect to people. It's actually quite sweet. But minus that, they are getting all freaky up in the
Oh my
on
God.
Channel
That
4.
is wild.
Well, thanks, guys. Great little catch up. And before everyone goes, I need everyone to look into that camera.
She's got a job.
We've got a job to do here, guys.
Not
If
here
you
for that.
haven't subscribed,
Look at the hands are going.
please,
like,
the hands are
the
moving.
hands
You
are
know
going.
I mean it when the hands are moving. Please subscribe. Not only does it help us out, it means that you guys are kept in the loop with everything that we are doing here on this vodcast. So please subscribe. Lola, tell them.
Subscribe, people.
Saroop.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. I was like, woo, there's so
Where are we
many.
looking? Thank you so much, and we will see you very soon. Bye.